And that takes us to the bullpen. And Rob Thomson was asked about it today. I thought his quote was interesting because I think his quote says, "I want somebody to take this job."
Basically.
Now, modern baseball, the closer is not really as important as high leverage situational baseball. That's been one of the major shifts in baseball over the last 8 years, 7, 8 years, something like that, maybe even a little less, where it's more like use your best arm in your highest leverage spot versus the other team's best. Use it where you need it most, as opposed to waiting for the ninth inning. Now, the Phillies, they did have a closer when Craig Kimbrell was good a little bit last year. But Jose Alvarado has done some of it. Sir Anthony's been given opportunities to do it. Hoffman's even done it. So it's kind of been a closer by committee, which has worked. I mean, hell, Rob Thomson got, except for the Arizona series, we're not going to talk about that. Rob Thomson got 17 outs from the bullpen in the Atlanta series. Like, he was the maestro with the bullpen, but he was asked on Sirius XM this weekend about having a closer. And Rob's quote was, "If somebody steps up and really takes it, we'll designate somebody as the closer. But up until then, I think we'll mix and match and try and do it that way." He didn't shut it down. He didn't say we are a closer by committee team. So I think that was a little bit of a challenge to, Sir Anthony didn't look great this weekend. But I think that's a challenge to Jose Alvarado, honestly. I think Orion is the long-term guy there. But I think Rob was going, "Hey, Jose, you want to be a closer? Go take the job." Because, Sir Anthony, you'd love to, but he hasn't really shown you that yet. Hoffman, I think if you were to designate Alvarado as your closer, I think Hoffman would then become your highest leverage guy. And then after that, you would go, Orion and Sir Anthony. So we'll see what happens. But Rob Thomson, to me, challenged the bullpen to step up and take the job.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I decided to kind of look back and found myself down a rabbit hole around the closer conversation that, of course, as we know, has been happening over the last couple of seasons. It's not the first time Rob's been asked about who's going to be the closer. And
it's the age-old question.
Yeah, and remember last year as Rob was talking about, the floating closer concept and was mentioning the different names that the Phillies were relying on. So it just, when I was looking through this list, it had me like, wow. Today's closer problems are not the same as last year's closer problems. The closer role is by committee, and I like the fact that Rob threw it out there. Like, we are looking to see who's going to step up.
Take it, Jose.
I'd love to see Orion and Jose be those two guys.